When flash floods hit our mountain town, we had minutes to evacuate the kids. Buses lined up, engines running, ready to carry over 300 students to higher ground, until Karen blocked the main exit with her luxury SUV. Why? Because the backup horn disrupted her garden meditation. She refused to move, even after sirens blared. That day, she didn't know who I was. And when I called in the National Guard, they didn't just go around her yard, they went through it. Disaster incoming. The rain hadn't stopped in 18 hours. I was acting emergency operations director for the region, a volunteer role, but one I took seriously. Our town sat in a narrow valley. One landslide and we'd lose the lower residential strip, and more importantly, the elementary and middle schools built near the basin. When my emergency weather console pinged Category 3 flash flood risk, I activated the regional school evacuation plan. Buses were already stationed at both schools, lined up along Birchwood Lane, the only straight exit out before the bridge went under. That was when we hit the first problem. "Karen strikes again, sir, we've got a civilian blocking Birchwood Lane," a dispatch voice crackled. "Refuses to move her vehicle." "What?" I barked. "That's the school's evac route. She says the buses are damaging the road edge. Claims she's reporting noise pollution." My stomach turned. Karen. Her name was Karen Ledoux. She lived in a pretentious mansion at the sharp bend of Birchwood, the exact choke point between both schools and the outbound highway. HOA president. Former pageant queen. Full-time pain. She'd fought the school district over the years for field trip buses turning near her roses. She even installed fake private property signs on public land to stop through traffic. And now, she was blocking emergency evac buses, while a 100-year flood event loomed overhead. I grabbed my jacket and radio and jumped in the truck. Standoff at Birchwood Bend. By the time I arrived, 2 yellow school buses idled helplessly behind her pearl-white Escalade. Its hazard lights blinked like a sick joke. A line of SUVs, minivans, and patrol cars stacked behind them. Rain pelted everything. Water already pooled at the roadside ditches. I saw Karen, standing under an umbrella, yelling at the bus driver. "You're not authorized to flood my road. Those wheels are destroying my drainage." I stepped forward, ID badge flashing. "Karen, you're obstructing a government-ordered school evacuation during an active flood watch. This is a Class B emergency. Move your car, now." She barely glanced at me. "You can't threaten me. This is private community land. It's public right-of-way," I snapped. "And the second you blocked those buses, it became a criminal act." Karen smirked and turned away. "I'm calling my lawyer." Lightning flashed behind her like the universe was done being subtle. I didn't have time for her tantrums. The bridge would be submerged within the hour. I radioed dispatch. "This is Commander Blake. Prepare Phase 2. Mobilize Guard Transport Unit Bravo, and route them through Birchwood Sector, with clearance to override soft ground." There was a pause on the line. "Through Karen's yard, sir." I stared right at her as she barked into her phone, still smug. "Yes," I said. "Right. Through her yard." When the guard rolls in at 2:46 p.m., I heard the low growl of diesel engines echoing through the canyon. 3 National Guard transport vehicles came barreling down the backup route, headlights glowing through the fog and rain. They were built for off-road clearance, equipped with flood-rated tires and reinforced suspension. They didn't even flinch when they reached Karen's perfectly manicured lawn. She screamed from her porch as the first truck drove over her imported Belgian stone walkway. The second vehicle clipped her flower bed, spraying muddy water halfway up her stucco walls. The third unit, carrying extra sandbags and children's supplies, tore directly over her hand-painted garden signs. She ran outside in slippers, shrieking, "This is destruction. This is illegal. You're trespassing on personal land. A guard officer, helmet on, leaned out calmly and said, "Ma'am, we've got 300 children to save. Move." Public humiliation. Neighbors gathered despite the storm. Some filmed the scene. One shouted, "You brought this on yourself, Karen." Another clapped when her patio fountain cracked in half from the vehicle pressure. But Karen still didn't give up. She chased after me as I directed the last 2 school buses through the newly cleared path. "You'll pay for this, Blake. I'll sue you, the guard, the school," I cut her off. "Karen, what part of federal emergency don't you understand? You obstructed a child evacuation. That's felony territory." She stopped cold. I added, "Oh, and you know that private road you claim? It's not on your deed. It's public easement. You blocked it with intent. That's criminal obstruction." Her mouth opened. Closed. No words came out. A deputy sheriff handed her a citation. "Expect a court summons." The aftermath. By sunset, all the students were safe at the shelter 3 towns north. The bridge had fully collapsed 2 hours after we passed. Had we waited for Karen to move, it could have been deadly. The town council met the next week. Karen didn't show. But they did vote unanimously to strip her of all HOA authority, fine her for obstructing emergency response, and remove the stone pillars she'd illegally installed at the road entrance. Karen tried to fight it all. She filed 3 lawsuits in 1 month. She lost every single one. Eventually, she sold her house and moved 2 towns away. Rumor says she's now banned from 2 community Facebook groups for arguing with moderators over what counts as a tornado. Epilogue: Quiet roads and grateful parents. The new HOA president? A former EMT who helped evacuate special needs students that day. The road she once tried to claim as her own is now named Rescue Route 1, a permanent reminder of what matters more than a hedge or a backyard koi pond. As for me, I don't work for the town full-time. But I always keep my emergency badge close. Because the next time someone like Karen tries to block a rescue, they'll learn what she did. You can't fight a flood, and you sure as hell can't stop the National Guard. Loudspeaker enjoyed that takedown? Make sure to subscribe for more epic HOA justice stories, insane Karens, and true inspired revenge tales every week. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Bell.